Generic greetings and welcome to ABRISS Build to Destroy. Today's beverage is a very refreshing peach tea, very nice indeed. So welcome to ABRISS Build to Destroy. This is actually the demo version of the game, version 1.2.1. As of the time recording, the full game is not yet out. However, the demo is freely available, so by all means check the link out in the description if you like what you see here. This is essentially a physics-based destruction game where you have to blow up some stuff using a combination of parts, not necessarily making a vehicle, but certainly using different parts to accomplish the task. So making a toppling tower, using lasers, pistons, whatever it happens to be. I've played the demo in its entirety because it's quite short, but enough to whet my palate, and I thought I would just show you a little bit of the game. In fact, we're going to go through and play all of the campaign. There's also a sandbox mode available if you do so desire. Anyway, campaign mode. I'm not going to show you the intro because, quite frankly, that is just the tutorial. Let's go to the tower. So we have to destroy, on each map, these red sort of spinny things here. So we've got this tower with like loads of like robots floating around it, or whatever they happen to are, the drones, and then we've got these two red orbs, and we have to destroy that. The parts that we have are shown on the left hand side. So we have 4 heavy pillars, 2 connectors, and 4 ultra heavy cubes, and we can only build on this sort of gold bit here. I should point out as well, the aesthetics of the game, very nice and very pleasing. I've seen these, they're like sort of robotic, I wouldn't say whales, but I mean just the sort of fish-like. I don't think it's unreasonable to say. Look quite nice. Yeah, I think they do actually call this an atmospheric destruction game, which is fairly accurate. Anyway, how are we going to destroy this? Well, all this tower can collapse. So what I'm going to do is place a heavy pillar there and a heavy pillar there, and if I click play, these will fall off the edge, but we're not going to do that. We're going to go even further by placing 2 extra sections there. In fact, you know what I'll do? I'll remove those. I'll place a connector, which will connect up this section and this section, followed by more on the top, there and there, followed by some cubes, maybe one there and one there, and then there and there. And you notice that we get all this scaffolding as well appear, so we've got all this scaffolding that appears when you build it, because when you click go, that's it. You can't do anything else. It's just going to do its thing, which in this case is tilt forward and smash into the top there and go straight through, and look at all that destruction, all this debris falling away. And we actually didn't destroy the other one, but it did hit the ground, which means it blows up, and there we go. That is that completed, and we get like a little reverse one there, and that is a 100% destruction in one move. Brilliant. Let me go to the next stage then. So, this is 1.2 Ravine, and similarly, it has a tower here, followed by all of this. Now, the difference being is that if we destroy this, I think we then get access to building here. So, how are we going to do that? Well, I could use, we've got heavy pillar. Maybe if we use a heavy pillar to destroy this, we can then build onto that one. But when I played it previously, I built it so tall that it crashed into this tower and pushed it over to this right-hand side here. Anyway, I'm going to go for maybe a connector there and then a heavy pillar in there. And I'm just going to click go, and I'm just going to see what it does, because it is hanging off the edge here and does nothing. So we'll click on clear and we'll start that again. So a heavy pillar, once again, right on the edge there. I think that, yeah, that is over halfway, so it should move forward. I can use the connectors, I think, to connect up like that, and yes, that should, even though it is now connected, it is still offset, so that's going to go down, and let's see if it's going to destroy the tower. So it's clipped the tower, it's more than clipped the tower, and the tower falls down, it's falling apart, bits are going everywhere, it's going to go down the side, and did I destroy that bit? I don't know. Did I destroy that other part? I don't think I did. Oh yes, I must have done. So it's now cleared this. So now we've got another place to build on. So let's go ahead and place that in there. I'm going to place a connector there. Another tall bit. Then another connector. And the connector will go, I guess, that way. That way. And I can rotate it round that way. I don't like that one there. It wasn't on correctly, even though it doesn't need to be, but might as well try to do it as best we can. And then we'll put another connector on the end just to give us a bit more distance, because I don't know if that's going to hit it. Let's go and see what happens. Is that going to clip it? It is going to clip it, but only just. Here it goes, and bang! So it's hit it, It's knocked it off, and that's now fallen down, and I don't know whether that collapse will get the rest of it. I don't think it is. I think it's just going to sit there. Unless it's going to keep falling and destroying itself. Will it eventually stop? No, it's rolling off the edge. And there's complete. Yeah, so we just need to destroy that. I love the lighting in this. I do very much like the aesthetic, and I like all these rays. You see all these like god rays and coming in the sci-fi Eye of Sauron there. Anyway, we'll click completed, and that is a total of 100% completed with 3 moves. Let's go to the next stage. So this one is a bit different. This one now has a rotator, which goes clockwise. So I can place that in there, a rotator. I can go for a connection in there, go for a heavy beam, which will rotate around and place in here. And you can see we can place it wherever we want, but there is some snapping as well, and I do appreciate that. I do like a bit of snapping. There we go. We're gonna have another connector, like so, followed by, I mean, could just place that in there, and then maybe a heavy beam on the other side. I don't know if the game has weight. Oh, it blatantly does. See that? It's now, yeah, it's flopping up and down a bit. Anyway, I'm going to press 1, and that's going to activate the spinner, and that's just going to absolutely carve through all of these. It's hit one of them directly, but the rest of it, it's destroyed. And I'll just deactivate that because we want to save some power. We need to be efficient, you understand. And that goes flying off there. And that is a complete there as well. Okay, so that is a, once again, 100% or 90% destroyed actually with one move. If I waited, it might have got to 100%, but I'm not too concerned. This one is interesting. This is a bridge, and we've got this thing moving back and forward there, as you can see. I love all of the, you zoom in, you can see all of the parts, all of these extra bits. Got a little bit of flicking there, that's not too much of a problem. But our bridge is there, and that's what we have to destroy. So naturally, we've got what? We've got bombs, connectors, and heavy beams. Okay, so I'm going to go for a connector straight away. That'll anchor this thing to the ground, followed by a heavy beam, which will go in there, followed by another connector, followed by a heavy beam, followed by, and you can see we've got all these scaffolding bits in it at the moment, but once we click play, it's game over. It will happily just crack on and let this roam around. So we'll place that in there. We'll place another one in there. Place a connector in here. Symmetry mode would be nice, but I don't think it's strictly necessary considering the size of this thing. Maybe another connector in there and there, and that'll give us the ability to place these right next to it like so. And then naturally we'll go connector, connector, and then the bombs go on the end, and we can see the radius of that, and we're going to place them on the top. And then when I click go, you can see it all sags down, but because of where we've built it, it's placed it there, and oh, hang on, the bridge is collapsing. So because this hit the side of the bridge, what's actually happened is it's knocked off the supports off their foundations, and the thing that was moving left and right was sort of shaken to one side, and it's jammed. Luckily, well, the disadvantage is we've not done anything to the bridge more, like a lot, you know, that's really permanent. The advantage is you can click on the bombs and they explode, and as you can see, this thing is now collapsing, and there it goes. And that's destroyed. Bridge is going down. Everything's falling apart. It's gone. Let me click complete. And that is a 82% complete in one move. Next stage then. So this one is the rocket, and well, this is one that's really, really fun. So we got these towers here. I don't know what the backstory is regarding these. It's very alien looking. Yeah, we need to destroy them. So we've got our building bit here, and I mean, I could just place a heavy beam and a rocket on the back, but what would happen? I think it's going to slam into there. Let's click go and activate it by pressing 1. Yep, it destroys itself, and it's gone. So let's try that again. This time... Oh, hang on. So that's used up those bits, so I'm going to have to restart the map. Okay, fair enough. That makes total sense. Let me just remove that and remove that, and instead I'm going to place a heavy... I'm going to place one of these heavy bits. Actually, shall I place it there? I'll place it there, just so we can rest on the top our rocket here. On the front, I'm going to place a connector, which will then put an ultra heavy cube on the front, followed by another connector on the back with a, well, put the rocket engine on the back there, which automatically seems to connect, and then another connector, because I want weight at the back to lift this front end up, so then when we send it, it's going to fly that way. So I click go, and oh, we can see that heavy connector, yep, I can confirm is heavy. So, oh, I've activated the booster, and it's trying to, no, it's not working. So I'll clear that, revert, I'll reset the level. I think we just need to reset that. So, I think the idea was there, just the execution was poor. So that's going to go in there. That's going to get connected up to that one. We'll have a connector on the back here, followed by another one in there and another one in there. And then we'll have our heavy cube on the back, followed by the rocket. And let's just hope this works. So it's all about the timing. So go. It doesn't tilt back over, but if I press the rocket, it will then, yes, push it back. It's pushing it back. I think I may have the center of mass completely wrong. Let me reset the level. And you know what? I don't think if we use these things here, and obviously this is only my interpretation of this map, I think if we simply use that, this will function. Go. One. Yes, it's taken the struts out, but it's also taken themselves out. Oh, hang on. It's taken that one out too. Will this one curve round? Oh, it doesn't need to. I was going to say, will that one curve round and destroy that? It doesn't need to. We only need to destroy that. But I don't think we can complete this with what we have left. Oh, is it going to go? Is it going to go? It's going. It's going. It's going. Complete. Okay. So we looked out with that one. It just, it didn't settle properly and then it rolled off the edge. We'll go at the next stage then. So yeah, lots of different ways of completing this. This is... What do we have here? Oh, we have a laser. Right, okay. So we'll have a connector, which will weld itself to the base. We'll have a heavy pillar. We'll have another connector there. We'll have a... Oh, I don't think we need another connector. I think that one... Yeah, that one welds itself. That's fine. Followed by another connector. Followed by that on this side this time. Followed by another connector. Or do I need a laser? I think that welds itself. Let's click go. Yeah, okay, so we now have the ability to use 1 and 2 to rotate this around. Oh, okay, big difference. When I activate it, it simply turns, okay? It just turns. It doesn't, you can't go one way or the other. But what we can do is press 3 and activate the laser. And I'm just going to rotate the laser round. I just realised the terrain, it's all these lovely swirls. And, oh yeah, it's just carved that entire section off. Okay, so I'm just going to rotate this round then until we get to about here. A bit more, and then keep turning that way. Boom! We managed to get one. And then we have to complete a full rotation. I'll raise up the laser a little bit. And I'm just going to slow it down. So, oh, you know what? That's going to hit it perfectly, isn't it? That's going to hit absolutely perfectly, I think. There it goes. And that will eventually go around. I mean, you can just turn this thing on and let it do its sort of carving thing. Wow. I like the contrast. Like, all the background is sort of dark and moody and got these weird shapes and, you know, almost Borg-like looking thing to it. And then you've got aperture science stuff that you need to destroy in like the nice clean white. The contrast is good. And then we're in a bright sort of goldy, orangey, amber colour. So you know immediately from the colours what's going on there. And the next part then. So this one is... this is the catapult. Now, I had difficulty with this one. So the way it works is there's big catapults on here. And when these get destroyed, these two orbs, it will fire off this thing and go forward and, well, go through these, as you may imagine. So, realistically, you don't need much more than a heavy beam, a couple of these, and I just, like, I just stacked these up, like so. And that should probably do. There it goes. Destroys those two. These drop. And then... the speed of that was amazing. I mean, it's not destroyed the thing we need to destroy, which is there. And I think there was some under there. There it goes. It's flying off the edge. I noticed that the background's different as well. There are different levels. So we've got these old, like, smokestack things with some nice glow and stuff. But the background is like an like a, in this case, like an ambery colour. Nice. It's like a sandy colour. Let's go to complete, and there you go. Thanks for playing it. It was the last level. If we go to the main menu, and I go over to the campaign mode, we've completed the tower, the ravine, the mace, and the bridge. You can see there's all these 1, 2, 3 other ones there. Then you go to a different world 2, which is Annihilation, which has got a different background. And then, yeah, there's loads of ones in there. Then world 3, which there's a fair number in there. And then world 4, and then world 5. So there seems to be several, I think there's 7, yeah, there's 7 levels in each world, and there's 5 worlds, so there's a lot going on there. This is just the demo, so obviously it doesn't have all of that in here. This is to be released TBC, according to the Steam page, Q1, Q2 of 2022. I don't know whether it's going into early access first or not, but either way, that's a bit of ABRISS build to destroy. Very much like what I see. It's a bit different from other destruction games in the sense that I do like the atmospheric stuff. I do, however, think it would benefit from secondary objectives. Having the one objective is cool. It would be nice if there was, say, use X or fewer parts, or get certain, you know, destroy this little extra bit, but it's not mandatory. Just a bonus objective may elevate it. If that's not their intention, then by all means, I understand. But yeah, just a little bit of extra things may be of benefit. But who knows? It'll be interesting to see what happens with the full game, whether we get different scoring systems instead of a percentage, but we will have to see how it goes. This is the demo, and from what I've seen, very much interested in checking out the full game. So yeah, as always, links in the description if you want to check out this demo and the store page as well. If you want to see more when the game comes out, by all means let me know. If you have any tips and suggestions, we'd like to hear it too. Either way, hope you have enjoyed this video. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.